Very good afternoon. Our group name is Group Rumah, and today for our CM project, we are going to be explaining and presenting a proxy server as a security checkpoint. So these are the members in front of the slide. We have Ishak, Amir, Khalid, Naufa, Adit, Ahmad Zafran, Kilan, and Ahmad Farish. So our task division, I am the group leader. Ishak is the security analyst, Amir is the security architect, Naufa is the server administrator, Kilan is the QA tester, Harid is the report writer, Ahmad Farish, he is the multimedia, and Ahmad Zafran, he is the presentation designer. I will pass the time to Amir to explain a bit on the VM solution.
Okay, so for the network configuration, we have two VM, which is client and server. The client has one adapter and use Windows 7 as the operating system. Server use Debian as the operating system. The server has two adapters. For the first one, use NAT, which is for the internet connection. Adapter 2 use host-only adapter to connect to the client VM.
So thank you, Ahmed. So now we will move on to the server's configuration. So for a proxy server, we have chosen Squid Proxy to be our third-party proxy. And before I move on, I will explain a bit about proxy server. So what is a proxy server? Proxy server function is basically like the middleman between the client and the internet. So there's a lot of function of the proxy server. One of it is masking of the user's identity or the IP address. Other than that, the proxy server can also be used as a middleman to filter content via URL or keywords. It can also be used for cache loading so that people can get data from the internet faster, and it's also used for controlling the network traffic. So in real life implementation, it's very important for privacy. It's also used in geo unblocking, meaning sometimes certain region cannot search for content for other certain region, and it's also good for security in a lot of field and business. So why did we choose proxy as our choice of this project? So we believe that proxy plays an important role in computer network, and everyone has to understand topology and its networking, and it's also one of the most basic but very important step in developing a good network. Move on to the configuration. I will now explain first about the anonymity. So as you can see, we have configured the quick configuration. So if we search request header access X forward for deny all, means that proxy is trying to say that we are trying to look out for all the IP address. So when the client tries to fetch something from the internet, instead of sending its own IP, the proxy server sends his IP to go and grab the whatever is searched for from the internet, and then it will bring back and pass it back to the client. So the client's IP does not reach the internet at all, so it remains anonymous. And then we have the command via off. So the command via off means it's for the proxy. So basically, if there is no command via off, it means that the proxy header exists, so that the internet, he knows that the proxy is what type of OS or what type of version of the proxy. So with this command via off, we can say that the proxy is silent, or there is no info about the proxy. So even the proxy stays anonymous. So this feature is actually very important because it acts as a countermeasure for things like recon. So it's very important for proxies and also for the client. Alright, so we'll move on to the configuration of Windows client and host. So we'll take a look at the ACL. So this is the configuration of the ACL. You can see our ACL Windows client SRC, and the IP address is the IP address of our client. You can also see that ACL host only network, it is the pool of the network lah. So this command HTTP port 192.168.56.102, this is the configuration where the script listens to what port lah. So the default configuration for script punya proxy is 3128. So in our configuration, we allow the HTTP access, which means access to the internet lah. We allow for the localhost, the Windows client, which is our Windows 7, and also the host-only networks. For our other HTTPs, we deny all. So basically, we only allow our own client lah. In our terminal, if we look at all our IPs, that we have both of our adapters. EMP0S3 is our NAT. So our NAT has an IP address of 10.0.2.15, and for our host only, which is connected to our client, the server's IP is 192.168.56.102. That's all for the server configuration. Now I'll pass it on to Shak to explain about the security features.
To install script for it to act as a proxy inside the server, we can use this command. For example, because I have already installed script, it will show this.
So to test our the connection, you can see that the client is able to ping the server lah. But the server is unable to ping the client because of client's firewall.
Okay, so in script proxy, we can block URL and keyword. For blocking the URL, this is the configuration for blocking the URL. We can add a new website just by space and, for example, facebook.com, just like that. With the keyword, this is the config for keyword. We have decided to put the keyword inside a txt, which it will read all of these keyword and refuse the connection to all this website. And then to apply all those rule, we use HTTPSS deny bad site, which are this one, and HTTPSS deny bad keyword, which is this one. Now we move on for the demonstration in client. Before I start searching for something, we need to set something up in Firefox proxy setting. I will pass it to Colin to explain the proxy setting in Firefox.
So if we go to Firefox and we go to the settings, and if we search proxy setting, we will pop up this menu lah. So in this menu, what we want to do is we want to go to manual proxy configuration, and in HTTP proxy, we want to put the proxy of the server and then its port number as well.
With that done, we can search. Let's just proceed with this one. Okay, as you can see, the server is refusing connection since we blocked the sites. Now we open any website with all these keywords, such as adult or nude, right? Like if we put like adult.com or something, it will show access denied by script, right? For example, if I refresh this, you can see that it showed TCP denied. But what is important is it actually denied the request to this website. For example, if we search like well-known websites, it will say that the proxy server is refusing connection, and it will show that TCP request is denied. It is the same for any keyword in the link that we have put in bad keyword. Any of this word, if it exists in the link, it will block it. Yes. Okay, block. But if we search anything that we know it's not dangerous, it will just open as usual. The same as if we search something like in the search bar, it will just open as usual. It will show that there's no like TCP denied. Right, that's all.
Okay, thank you for listening this presentation. So, arigatou gozaimasu.